New Ninjago content season has finally arrived, and it's time to talk about the 2025 winter sets in full detail. We'll be going from the small sets to the larger ones. Let us start small with the gimmicks. The Kai Dragon Spinjitzu Spinner and the Sora Dragon Spinjitzu Spinner. These two sets come with a spinner piece which I must say looks gorgeous. It looks great and just amazing. These two, the Kai and Sora ones, are some of the best ones we have seen from the entirety of Ninjago. We also get a Dragonian, which is great. The ninja masks for this wave are the definition of mid, however. And for some reason, once again, Kai has a golden one because they just don't like putting the actual minifigure from the sets into the gimmick sets. So that is pretty bad. The Sora minifigure is a reuse, which, what do I expect? These sets are a very good value for $10 and I think enjoyable enough to where one is a pretty good buy, but I don't actually recommend any of these as your first choice because there are better sets than this one to get in this wave. Now, moving on to our next $10 set, it's the Zane Mech Battle Pack. Though it's not really a battle pack anymore, it's actually Zane's Battle Suit Mech, which is a weird set. On the one hand, I really do not like this mech. I feel like the J one from this year was much better than this. This one just feels too bulky. But on another hand, this is the only way to get that amazing Drix figure for now. And there's an exclusive Zane here as well, which I do not know why. This is a shirtless Zane, and I really don't like how this looks. Honestly, Wildfire is just a throwaway. I'm just angry that if the Zane mech here is physically close to the same size as the J one, why could they just not uniform the two sets and give us a reskin of that J mech? It just annoys me a lot because I actually look forward to collecting these mechs over the years and having a collection of the mechs, but then they just change the design like on the second one, which is just very, very disappointing. I might get this one for the Drix, but I don't know if I would recommend it if you're buying some of the bigger sets from this wave and the March wave. Now, moving on to the $20 sets, first of all we have the Lloyd's Green Forest Dragon, which, check this video out for this set. I already talked about this in detail, but TLDR, it's fine. I think the dragon build is pretty decent, and I like the baby dragon mold mainly. But it's not a must buy, but not a bad thing either. It's just like in the middle. If you want, you can get it, but if you don't like it, there's reasons for it, and don't get it. Let's jump back to spinners now, because next up is our $20 spinner 2-pack, which will include Aaron and Roz, not Aaron. Oh no, not Roz and Cole. And wow, do I love this set. This one is just an amazing buy for anyone looking for a small set, or just for gifting purposes or anything like that. You got a hero and a villain here, a small little side build, and wow! Talking about those figures, that Lord Ross finally being available in a very cheap set is great. Just for $20, we get the complete Ross from the Soul's Dragon and the brand new Aaron. An amazing value for an amazing set. If you really like the spinners, buy this one first, and if you really like this one, then go for one of the other two. Maybe Sora's, because that one looks great. Also, I just noticed here in the set images, and it looks like if one of the spinners wins the battle, it actually takes off the spinner piece from the second one, which, that is cool. That is just inherently cool. Next up though, is a $30 Lloyd car. This one is only having 181 pieces and 2 figures for $30, but I don't know. I like it. I like the car itself, I will say that. I feel like the issue is that there's only 2 figures, and even in that, Lloyd doesn't even have his armor piece, which just, I don't know. The car is fine, I like the play feature, but you can get that exact play feature by buying other things which are not Lego for way, way cheaper. I just don't like this set in its idea itself. But honestly, I can see why people would go out and specifically get this set. This set has at its base a foam cool car with a cool function with 2 cool figures. I can see people who would easily spend 30 for that. I like the climber hooks, and I feel like the general audience which is criticizing these sets online aren't gonna be the same people in the stores buying the sets. They won't be the kids who will get this set. This set will probably sell well. Getting to the 4+ set, the $40 Ninja Temple Sum Sum. 4 ninjas are in a $40 set, which is crazy. But I would have been happy if they all came with their hoods. Not just like half of them having their hair pieces and stuff. But for some reason, Zane has his Detective Zane head here. So I guess that is something. And not much to talk about here because there's really nothing in here except for the figures. Now though, now we're getting into hype territory with the $40 Dragonian Storm Village. A Lego exclusive because darn it, those people know what the people want. Okay, the build is decent. Now for the figures, 2 random Dragonians, Zane and Nier with their armor pieces, and then Rogue, which is Jay, and this figure looks amazing now. I really was hating on it whenever the leaks came out, but this is something solid. Morrow is back. I love the fact that he gets the normal eyes here, and I'm just so happy that they didn't just go with the ghost thing, because I was thinking about that being a disappointment, but no, they gave him the normal Morrow eyes, guys. They gave him the normal face print. Let's go. That's just like a small thing, but it matters to me so much. I'm just happy to get this guy, especially as someone who wasn't into Ninjago at that time. This is an amazing value for an amazing set. I could not care less about this set not having a good price to piece ratio, whatever the hell those critics say. This is a banger, and I will get this one. I don't have a Lego store near me, but I will get this one. Also, the play pieces look cool too. Now though, we are getting into the disappointing territory with the Kai Storm Rider mech. See, look. At first, I thought this set was inoffensive, nothing special. It was just a whatever set. I thought it was decent enough for 40, but then when these sets officially got listed, I said that it wasn't 40, it wasn't even 45, it was 50. Don't buy the set for $50, it's a scam! Lego is stealing money from you. Kai doesn't even have his armor piece in here. Like, what was Lego thinking? Putting this at $50 with 333 pieces, but none of the pieces are even that big. All these pieces are normal size. They are giving us a build and figures worth 35, even with the price to P ratio. This is 35, at most 40, and then they just bump it up to 50 and act like no one will notice. For God's sake, just don't buy this set. Get some other combination of sets, just not this one. Also, we have another $50 set here. This one's a little bit more positive. The Wasana and Superstorm Jet. Set looks great, and it's a good price to part ratio and the size to price ratio too. But if you're someone looking for just collecting the figures, that's not a good set because you get all the important stuff here in the $20 2-pack as well. The combo aspect is fine enough, but the set is much better in its complete form. The dragon looks cool at the back, not much here, but the design is pretty good. Probably not gonna get this one. However, coming to the final set, the Zane's Ultra Combo Vehicle, the big one, the $100 one. I'm speechless. I guess I'll talk about the positives first. I like the value here. I love the value here. 1,187 pieces for $100 is unheard of in 2024, let alone with the price increase in 2025. Figures here, Cole is amazing. I love Cole, he's my favorite. Sora is fine, just fine. Noct is amazing, but an absolute unit. Pixel is great to have back with an amazing design. The other 2 Dragonians are good too. Okay. One thing that is so funny here is that this is probably the one and only Ninjago set to have the name of a character in the set, but I'll actually include that character in its minifigure form. name is in the set, but the Zane figure is not in this set, guys. It's a goddamn mech. He literally became the mech. I mean, that's crazy, guys. That's just crazy. I just find that so funny as well. Talking about the different builds, Ryu is great. Love Ryu. Honestly, I think the builds themselves look great. But talking about the complete form, the mech itself, it's a mess of colors. But to be honest, sure, I'll get this one. The articulation looks like it's gonna be nothing compared to Cold Time Mech, but not every mech has to be Cold Time Mech, and I'm honestly hyped to have this set. And again, I will get this one. I think this is a very good one to pick up. But that's gonna be it, you guys. What are your thoughts on these sets? Tomorrow we'll talk about the new suits, so stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.